Babe, and I'm coming to speak with y'all on today is Saturday, the 11th, 2026. And yeah, it's been a couple of days since I made a video. And I figured today would be a good day to make one. A lot more people is home. If anybody want to talk to me about what I discuss on my other videos, be my guest. This is a free speech, um, no mod channel. I have no mods on this channel. I probably won't have one for a while so everybody could get to know each other and speak their piece. Last time I was talking about game stalking. And the reason why I came at you like 5 o'clock in the morning, because I was sleeping, right? And I just woke up and I had all this information on my mind that I wanted to share. Because sometimes when you're going through it, you forget, because I do have a life outside of this gang stalking conversation. So I have a lot going on. And that day, it was just on the tip of my tongue, and I had to let it out. And it was like early in the morning, about 5 o'clock. But I want to stay in touch. I don't want to, you know, let a whole bunch of time go by before I make another video. I want this to be fresh in my mind and fresh in your mind. I listened to a video the other day and it was about gang stalking. Still trying to figure out how they're doing this V2K. I mean, I can't put my mind around it of how they're pulling it off. But like I said before, it is a new technology. It's probably old, but it's new to me. And so this technology is nonstop talking. And I figure if it's gonna talk to me all the time, then I'm gonna go ahead and share the information that they're giving me. Please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. This is about game stalking and any other thing you want to talk about. What is my name? I call myself Stranger Babe because it's the meaning of my name in a different language. I figure I got myself out here enough. I'm trying to keep my name protected simply because I don't need the extra um, audience because I'm being gang stalked. And when I'm being gang stalked, they will use my name. So I don't try to use my name on this public platform. Would you please hit the like and subscribe? This is Yesme TV. I am watching the live. So if you have anything you want to ask me, go right ahead. You can call me SB. You can call me Yesme. SB or Yes Me or just stranger. That's where I see it. We're all strangers anyway. I want to get to know everybody that subs to this channel. As time go by, I'll probably tell you my real name, but right now I'm just at the point that I want to keep that to myself. So yes, call me SB, yes me, a stranger. Miss, ma'am, it doesn't matter. I am female. I know I have a raspy voice, but please try to overlook that. A lot of people like to assume that I'm like male because of my voice, but I am female. And if you got anything you want to talk to me about, that's fine, because this is a freedom of speech platform. No, you are not safe. Everything can be discussed on here as long as we do it in a non-cussing, not too much profanity. Even though I do use profanity a lot, I use it, and but I'm trying not to because I know there's a younger audience, And but I do not want people on here under the age of 18. If your ear's still virgin, this ain't the place to be. But I wanted to share a story with you that happened just yesterday. I was on the bus, well, the train. They got the bus and the train. I was on the train, which is new to me. And this guy, comes on the train, and he's dressed in these very bright colors. He got on pink, he got on blue, he has red spots, just very colorful outfit. Please hit the like and subscribe. I really need your help trying to get to 1,000 subs. I need everyone to hit that like and subscribe. I'm trying my best to get to 1,000 subs. This today I'm talking about gang stalking. But anyway, this guy he gets on the train, and I immediately notice him because he had on so many colors. And yes, I could tell that he was gay. You could just tell his color, his mannerisms, whatnot. So I looked over to my left where he was standing, and he was just standing there looking directly at me with some pink colored lens shades. And so I looked at him briefly, and I looked away. Hi, how you doing? And I looked away. And so as I looked away, only like a few seconds had passed by. He's coming down the walkway on the train, and he just slams his shades onto the floor right next to me. And I had my headphones on, but I could tell something had passed by my eye real quick. So I looked up and I looked down. He had broke his shades in front of me. Now, I had on shades also. So I'm thinking, okay, this guy's either in a bad mood or he's here to gang stalk me, to get my reaction because he slammed his. It's like when he threw his glasses, it landed right by my feet. And if it would have hit me, I probably would have said something to him. But he slammed it just so that it landed in front of me. Then he went to his seat, he passed the broken shades, sat down, and just opened his book and started writing in it like he was writing in a diary or something. So I'm thinking, okay, is this clown is trying to be like, oh, I'm pissed off, I'm gonna write it down, and I'm blogging. It's just the way he did it was so odd, that he wanted to be noticed. So what I did, I pulled out my camera and I started recording him briefly, just in case I see him again. Because 9 times out of 10, when somebody is so dramatic like that and they're doing that gang stalking thing, I usually run into him again. If I run into him the second time, I know he's definitely gang stalking me. See, what they do, they're tracking my phone. And if they ain't tracking my phone, they're sitting out in a parked area waiting until I leave out of my apartment, and then they start their gang stalking. Now I looked at this video. It was this lady. She said it's the police that's doing it, and it's their snitches, their rats, their informants, whatever you want to call them. And then my gang stalker with the V2K, they will constantly say, "We hate YouTubers, we hate YouTubers. Get the fuck out of my house." They call it their house. Now, when somebody call it a city or a state their house, that tells me this is where they do their crime. It's like calling it they trap. So I'm like, okay, this person using this term like they run in this city, like they run this state. So who would think they got that type of um, control of the area? Is only a few agencies that would think like that. It's either drug dealers or people in law enforcement. It's going to be one of the two that thinks that they running the city. This is my town. This my house. Using those kind of terms. So that was something I noticed. That was just yesterday. But for the most part, the only thing I've been experience is the V2K. It's always, all day, every day. It's three different people that I gave names. I call one Saggy, like saggy titties, because she sounds like a female, and I'm trying to insult her. The other one I call Dump Cake because I said he sounds gay, and then he'll say he's gay, and I call him Dump Cake, and I say he's probably crippled. Excuse me, probably crippled, and they just dump him on the floor and have sex with him. And then there's one I call Mealworm, because he seems like a opportunist. Like he he joined the V2K like the like 6 months ago. The first two I was hearing like almost 8 months. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I think I got a cough. Let me get some water. But yeah, the first two, Shaggy and Dump Cake, they was here at the first beginning I started hearing the V2K. And I also call him Barry White, like wipe your ass, not Barry White. Barry White. I need to get some water. But yeah, so Mealworm, he came in last. It's like they added him to the verbal assault of V2K. And he also expressed that he was gay or homosexual, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, he said he was gay. Dump Cake said he was gay. All of them claim to be gay. Now, this is just what they're saying. They lie a lot, too. Everything they say is a lie. If I ask them a question, they will lie. They're just going to lie. But I was looking at um, this other YouTuber, and she was talking about all these agencies that is behind this gang stalking type, um, gang stalking type deal. That is Infogard, is the informant, is all these different people having different professions that will and do participate in gang stalking. Like it's a federally ran um, program. You know, like the feds are running it. And from what they started off with me, first they said I needed to give them $420. And I'm like, when I first hear it, I'm like, oh, I'm not giving nobody $420. And it was odd because of the number. And then they would say, we can't trust you, we can't trust you. Like they wanted to um, tell me a little bit about themselves. I'm like to myself, hell no, you can't trust me. For one, you're in my head, you're invading my privacy, because at first they did not show that they was reading my thoughts. I know this sound crazy. I know it sound crazy, but they was not showing me that they could read my thoughts. It's like they was like escalating, like showing me everything they could do more and more and more. First, they was just talking to me, and I couldn't figure out where that sound was coming from, where these voices coming from. I'll be walking down the street, and they're still talking. They're talking above the. I can hear them, even when traffic is going really hard. It's cars zooming by. I could still hear these voices. So first, they just used the voices on me, and they did that for about 4 or 5 months, just using their voice. Then they start revealing that they could read my thoughts. Now I know that sound crazy. Hit that like and subscribe. This is Yesme TV, and I'm talking about gang stalking. About 3, 4 months into it, they started revealing that they could read my thoughts. Yes, I know it sounds crazy. Yes, I know I'm repeating the same things, but I want you to hear me and hear me well. They was reading my thoughts because this is how they was doing it. I would think something, not using my mouth or anything, just laying down thinking something. And this thing or this V2K thing would say what I'm thinking. Like the female voice would say what I'm thinking as I think it. Please hit that like and subscribe. This is Yes Me TV. I'm trying to get 1,000 subs and trying to get the word out that there's a new technology that everyone should be aware of. I want to say beware of, but just be aware of it. I'm not here to be a whistleblower blower or anything like that. I'm just telling you what I'm experiencing, and maybe somebody out there will can relate and understand what I'm talking about. But then eventually the female voice was starting to say everything I'm saying, as I think it, just as I think. I'd be thinking, I gotta go to the dentist today. She'll say she gotta go to the dentist today, like she was conveying the information to the other two, but she was not, because the other two can do the same thing. That's why I think they're AI voices, and it's one person doing it that's using three voices. But I think the gang stalking is a network of a bunch of organizations that's participating in gang stalking. And what they was trying to do is just try to make me feel guilty about any and everything I thought. Everything I thought, they was trying to criminalize it, and they would criminalize it. Any kind of negative thought, any kind of weird, silly thought I have, they would try to criminalize my thoughts. That's why I want to tell everybody, get your life together, get your head clean, solve your problems of the past, because now they're going to start holding it against you. Any bad memories, any trials, tribulations, try to work through them, try to get through them, try to resolve it. Because if they get hold to any of your information, like something that you've been holding back or something you haven't thought of, and it kind of upsets you, try to make peace with yourself, because they're going to try to make war with your thoughts of past, present, and future. They're going to make war with it. So this is a good time for everybody to get at peace, do some soul searching and clean your closets out, because they're coming at you. Just like they're coming at me. Nobody is going to get away with being alone. Privacy is no more. Privacy is over. You do not have privacy. Once you're on their radar, they're going to look at every little thought you had. This is what they're doing. The technology is here. Now, why would they do me? Well, For one, I was very vocal on a couple of very popular platforms. Now, what I was doing is pretty much making fun of everything that was said. And so I became a target because they didn't like what I was saying. They didn't like me laughing, emoji laughing, and adding my 2 cents about police. Should they get raises? Should they not? Like, for instance, um, they was like, police need raises. And I was like, well, damn, what y'all want? Millionaire cops? If I'm not mistaken, police making good money. What do you want to have? Cops to being millionaires? So, they didn't like that kind of comment. They didn't like the comment when I said, if you want to end wars, put the leaders on the front line, and I bet you they'll think of a way to end that war. They didn't like that. See, I was very vocal. And as far as gay people, I said something about gay people, but guess what? I said things about straight people too. But some people want to make it all about them. They don't care nothing about other organizations or anything of the sort. They want everything to revolve around them. So when you say something about them and you say it more than once, they get very interested. Like um, as far as B BLM, I wasn't a fan of that either. Being a black woman, you would think I was a fan of it. But I used to pretend like I was, but I didn't give a rat's ass about none of it. Because the way I see it, I think these organizations are just trying to make money. That's the root of all evil is money. Because think about it, if you had 1,000 or 100 and some genders, each one of those genders can create um, their own little business, asexuals. Here's the support groups for asexuals, and now they got their group, and they want federal funding. So here's this group trying to think of all these genders, so each one of them genders could ask for federal funding or the public for money. See, nobody likes to hear that, but that's what it is. I could make a foundation for me, but I'm not gonna do it. You know, that's why I made jokes about having a hundred and something genders. I just think it's about money. Anybody come up with a snappy little title, then everybody want to pour money into it. Anybody be like, oh, I'm asexual. I need to find people who's asexual. And now I talked of abstinence, being celibate. I think that's a good time. This day and age, it's a good time. But then they want you to have children, but they don't want to assist you any when you have them. They make it look so good, but it's very hard raising a child, and it's very expensive, and it's a lot of organizations that will go after your children. But um I'm not very knowledgeable about these organizations, but I remember when I was a young woman and I was single, and I was caring for my child, that these people could find you. It's like they could find you no matter where you go. They will find you and that child. So it's something out here where they're keeping tabs on young mothers that's having children. Because I remember I was staying at this apartment, and yeah, I was struggling, and I could use some help. And this person knocked on my door, and I opened the door. This guy is standing there talking to me about me being a single mother and all the things that I need. That what are the he wanted to know what are the things I need to help, me become a better parent and a better provider. And if he could assist. Now everything I needed he couldn't assist with. He could not assist. But I knew it was just some kind of program that the government had just tracking down single mothers because I had never seen this man before in my life, and but he found me and my kid, my child, like it was nothing. Knew who I was and everything, and he knew I had a baby, and that's not from me telling him. You go through the health department or whatnot, but how could that happen? He just popped up out the blue asking me if me and my child needed anything. But I could tell you this, he wanted to know all that. He wanted to know all this information, but he didn't give me not one damn thing. He wanted to know everything I needed, what I was lacking, and I was just very cautious about telling this man anything, but he never came back. He never came back, but he found us, asked me all these things all these questions, but never came back to help. So they got these agencies out here, these people out here that will hunt you down if you have a child. They will hunt you down, and they want you to stay very close um, to to these doctor's appointments. They watch you. They're watching you as you raise your child. But the reason why I'm talking about that, because it reminds me of gang stalking. And it makes me think, how long have I been watched? How long do, the, do these people keep an eye on you? I think they do it as long as you're walking this planet. They know about you and all your name come up, they can find you. Even though you never gave anybody your address, they can find you. So how can they do that? How do they do that? I mean, do you ask yourself how is that possible? Because they're tracking us. They're tracking each and every one of us. Single mothers, I think. Yes, most definitely. And they be after those kids. They claim that they're here to help you, but like I said, the man never showed up with a damn thing. He never brung a bottle. He never brung a can of grocery. All they want to do is maybe give you some address to go get you some grocery or go get some bottles. But how did he find me? How did he know I was there? Nobody should have known I was there other than my family. So this game stocking, you can't tell me it's not real because I just explained to you. I just gave you a scenario of what happened to me, so they know where you are. Period. They know where everybody's at. They know your location. So when you got gang stalking, this is intentionally stalking. They're looking at you every single day. They're not only in your listening to your phone. People think, oh, it's the microphone in the phone and they can hear your conversation. Oh hell no. I could leave this phone here and I could still hear 'em. It's a bigger, more powerful technology they got other than these little rooty poop phones. Everybody talking about, oh, it's the phone tracking. No, it's a damn satellite or something in the air that's tracking each and every one of us. That's why I don't believe they can't find these kids. They know where them damn kids at. Somebody keep on talking about, oh, it's 800,000 kids that go missing. They know where each and every one of them at. I'm sure of it. Because let me tell you, these people are in my head. And you think I would sit up here and make a damn fool of myself and tell everybody and their mama that I'm being V2K. I'm hearing voices in my skull. I'm not that crazy. I am not going to sit on a platform and lie to you, especially about something as serious as this. Now, why would they tell me? Why would they clown me? Well, for one, I'm on YouTube. They told me in the beginning, talking about you signed a contract. I mean, I'm thinking a contract. What contract? This YouTube contract is what they was referring to it. Like I gave them authorization to track me. Like I'm property of YouTube and they need to know every little thing I'm doing. Like I'm trying to be Beyonce or something. They need to stay on top of my ass. No, what they want to do is film whenever I get in trouble, whenever I do something stupid. They got these people out here taking pictures of any kind of a buffoonery I may do or cause. So then they could be the first one on their platform to say, Stranger Babe went to jail. That's why I be thinking they're the press. Yes, who the hell got all these snitches, these inside sources, the insider, the inquiring minds, and all that? They paying people to spy on you. They're paying your neighbors. They're paying the man down the road. They're paying the store clerk. They find out what store you go to. They send women's to your old man so that you can break up and they'll have full access. Oh, she ain't got no man. Her man ain't nothing. Watch, I wave this bait in front of his face. All it got to be is somebody with a little more money than you, and they know just how your man conduct himself after they done spied on him for a while. All you have to do is wave some ass and some cash in front of him, and he'll leave her in 2 seconds. Him. They get in your business. They're in your business before you know they're in your business. They've been in your business pretty much all your life. They'll start reading everything that was ever written about you. They'll take it all the way back to preschool if they could. Now, some of these people that's on these platforms, they knew the game. They knew if they got up on here that they was gonna go through their life with a fine tooth comb, and they knew all about how the press worked, and they knew about how um, social media work. Now, a novice like me, just getting on here, being silly and stuff, trying to have fun. Well, it ain't fun for them. It's about that money. And if you get on their platform, you're making yourself a target. You're becoming their target, because they know you don't know what you doing. You don't know what you done got yourself into. You're on their playing field, and their playing field is about getting the news, finding out everything about you, going through your life, like um, like with a fine tooth comb, and they know you don't know that, but they know it because they studied it. They know about social media. They know about reporters. They know about just how the industry works. This is a monster. That they keep telling everybody this industry of entertainment is a monster. It will chew you up and spit you out. And you got the nerve to stick your feet in the pond. Oh, they want to know everything about that toe. Especially you putting your, and the people that you think, okay, maybe I could be friends with celebrities. Them celebrities throw your ass under the bus too, because there can only be one. Believe that, they mean that. So it's a dog eat dog field. If you get in this field and you don't know nothing about it, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. Then they like you to start young. You start young, you don't have too much experience in life, so they could handle you any kind of way if you're not smart. If nobody gave you the heads up, if you don't have people in the entertainment or the media field that can't give you good, solid information about how this works, you're gonna be lost. You're gonna be just like me, scratching your head, wondering how the hell is they doing this. See, the people that know about the industry, they know all about it. You know what I'm saying? And they know by a person like myself that knows nothing about it, I am going to be target number one. They're going to have fun with my ass because I don't know jack shit. They're going to run every game on me in the book. Every play in the book, they're going to run it on me. So if I do, if I wanted to go out and just get shit faced it, guess what? It's gonna be someone there to um to make something happen, to make something stupid happen. That's why a lot of these people that be going out having a good time, celebrities, let's just call them celebrities. These so-called celebrities, they go out and get shit faced. They always got somebody there to take a picture, to roll that camera, to take what you said. And if you get drunk and start going on a rant, a racist rant, they're going to have all that recorded. So a lot of these so-called celebrities got to stay home. They got to stay inside. But you think they're safe in their home? Hell no. All you have to do is give somebody $1, and guess what? They gonna be on that person's side, especially if it's a nice one. If it's a nice crisp buck, a nice crisp buck to be made, they're going for that dollar. They don't give a damn your friends or not, especially if you got more than them. A lot of people, they stick with they childhood friends, these so-called celebrities, the people that was there in the beginning, but they will turn on them also. So what you think they'll do to a little old me? They will throw my ass in the ringer. And this is what they're doing to me. This how they punish you for even trying to get into that field. They punish you by getting into your business. They're like, oh, you want to be a star? Oh, you want to be a celebrity? You want people to look up to you? Let's take her ass through the ringer. Let's see if she even worthy. Oh, and guess what? They always gonna find out you are not worthy because, for one, you ain't been trained from knee high and up. You just hop your old ass in here and thought you can talk smack to the world. No, you don't get that you don't get that privilege. You haven't earned it. You gotta earn it like from knee high up. You got to be trained in this field. You got to know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. And they want high IQs. You got to have high IQs or some money so they can make you look smart. even though you may be just average as hell, but no, they could pay somebody that could help you look smart. So it is, you're in training. Like most of these celebrities, they started when they was little. They didn't just step out on their own at the age of 50 and made it big unless they had some really unique qualities about them. Like maybe they can have a photographic memory. You know, maybe they had an IQ of 160, then they could use you. But an average person, you just want to be seen. You just want to talk about your life. Well, guess what? Somebody may find it interesting, but guess what? You're taking money out of somebody else's pocket because they got your average ass on screen when they could be that the people that's looking at you could be looking at their people, the ones that they done groomed all the way from childhood to adulthood. So they don't want anybody taking the spotlight off their um, idol that they put in front of you, because there's some beautiful non-celebrity people out here that choose not to go into any kind of celebrity field. But if they did, yeah, they would have to have a manager, and they got to get paid off you. You can't just go into their field and ain't nobody getting paid but you. They don't want you taking the spotlight off their idol, period. And they don't give a damn if you sing like Aretha Franklin. If you're not one of theirs, they're gonna wreck you. They're gonna go out their way. Now, am I trying to be a celebrity? Hell no. All I want is to get maybe about 5,000 subs. Maybe just in case, somebody unsub me, I'll still have my backup other subscribers and give me 100 or 200 bucks extra a month. That's all I want. But see, they don't want me to have that. Those 5,000 subs could have been going to, their idol, not to me. Just regular um, regular life stranger, babe. Nobody, some people do want to look at it, some people don't. And the people that's grooming their idols, they were like, well, we don't want them to look at you. We want them to look at ours, is what I'm saying, the people that we got here. So that's where my gain stock and I feel is coming from. They don't want no regular person, just, just everyday person just on this platform taking the 5,000 subscribers their idol could have been making. So what they're trying to do is fuck with my sanity. They want me off this platform. They say I am not up to par, that I am a bad influence, and that nobody should listen to me. Well, that's why I'm telling you. I'm telling you what they're telling me. So, they be like, oh, they want you to off yourself. Well, that ain't gonna fucking happen. Go and off yourself. If you don't off yourself, then they're gonna make your life so miserable. You're gonna think you batshit crazy. Throwing their weapons at you. What they say, direct weapons. Their direct weapons is stalking your ass. Their direct weapons are having people follow you. People that go into your head and look into your thoughts and your memories and trying to see whether or not you're one of their kinds, that you got this high IQ, you're this intelligent person that maybe they could use. But if they see that you're just just someone that wants to be on the internet. They want your ass off. It says she just wants some damn money. Well, that's our money, you know. But anyway, I figured I'd drop those few lines at you. Y'all do whatever you want. If you can't understand all of it, get a few of the lines and try to make sense of it. Try to understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry I don't have the big, huge words for you. You can add them in, but understand what I'm saying. Sorry about the coughing. It was soon as got on here, I had to cough. So you gotta excuse that. I am just a regular smuggler person. If I had a team behind me, they would edit that cough out. Make probably would have gave me a script. I could read it and use all those big ass words y'all love so much. You know. But if anybody, and we could do takes, take one, take two. Hi, everybody. I want to say hello because sometimes I get to talking and and don't look down, but it's only for a minute or two. But I read everybody comments. I want to tell, I'm going to say act cute. Hi, hello. Thank you for commenting. See, now thank you for commenting. And somebody asked, oh, she asked what my name was. And you can call me Yesme, you can call me Stranger, or SB, or maybe different. I'm trying to keep my name to myself. I already got enough out here, so just maybe down the road I'll tell you my real name. But I can give you a clue. It's the meaning of my name just in another language. And we got Rosie here. She also said hi. And thank you very much for coming through. Let me drink a little water. I got it right here. Thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate it. Being here with B2K every single day. They want me to be isolated. They don't want me to talk about my stock in the B2K. But, like I said, shit, I don't see what they told me for. I'm not gonna sit here and just cry in my Kool-Aid. I'm gonna be vocal about it. I want y'all to know what happens when you step out on this public platform. You will get trolled. And see, with me, they're talking to me. With other people, they're just reading their thoughts and taking it from there. With me, they're trying to fuck me over by reading my thoughts, talking to me, seeing my broadcasts and my thoughts out loud. They're really trying to screw me over. They say that I'm such a bad person that I just need to be walked the dog on. Because for one, I cuss their ass out every day, all day. But then, it does something to you on the inside. You don't want to be this negative person that they're forcing you to be. But, you can sit there and just take their insults. Just let them cuss you out, call your names all day, or you can just get with them and cuss them out. But I would advise not to engage with them. But even if you didn't engage with them, they're reading your thoughts so they know that you call them a pussy ass, this, that, and the other. So they're going to continue coming at you until they think you're just so broken down and broken that you're ready to end it all. They want you to be so miserable. And if it's not end it all, they want you to go to jail. They want you to be institutionalized. They want you to make a fool of yourself. They want you to call the police and just be mocked as a crazy person. You know, they'll have the caseworkers come for you. Oh, we're here. Like, for instance, I called the police trying to figure out who the hell was doing this. Do you think they was any help to me? Hell no. All they told me, it asked me if I needed any grocery, if I needed to talk to someone, but ain't nothing resolved because I'm still being hit with V2K. They still talking about they gonna be with me for the rest of my life. And I told them like this, I don't know what you mean by the rest of my life because I know you're a human. You may be using AI, but whoever using that machine, the supercomputer on me, you age just like I do. So you can't be here the rest of my life. One of us gonna have to die. Okay, it depends on how old you are and how old I am. Who's the oldest? You're gonna be the first to die, so you ain't gonna be with me for the rest of my life. You may hand the controls to somebody else as your life ends, but you're not gonna be here the rest of my life. And nobody knows what could come upon them, what kind of disease or accident that could happen. So I'm not going to believe that lie. That lie was from the pits of hell. But I'm telling everyone and anyone that's going through this, you're not alone. I do believe you. Yes, they're reading your mind and they're using hyper persuasion. They'll say something 1,000 times, if not more, a day trying to convince you you're a bad person. And that's the game that they play, and it's brainwashing. If you hear something over 1,000 times, you're gonna start trying to evaluate it and assess where they coming from. And as soon as you start thinking about it, oh, there you go. I told you, she did it, he did it, he did it. And let me tell you, they only look for the worst thing they could possibly think of. And they'll try to influence you by repeating it over and over. It's a type of brainwashing technology, technique, not technology, but it's a brainwashing technique. And it works. That's why they use it. But you got to be strong enough to know what they're saying is a lie and fight them every step of the way. If they claim you this, then you know what? Just keep thinking your thoughts because they don't want you to think. They don't want you to think about nothing. They don't want you to think about what they calling you. They want you to accept what they're calling you. And then once you accept it, then they can say, get your goddamn blankety blank out of my fucking blankety blank. See, they want you to, they want to play this game with you. It's a mind game. It's a mind fuck is what they're doing. And it's a technique that I'm sure like spies and the feds and the military, tortured things. They love to say, it's Freemasons, it's Freemason. I don't think they would give Freemasons this type of technology. This is coming straight from your local government. Because I don't think they would give that type brain um, um, brainwashing and reading your thoughts. That does not come from no Masons. Now, it may be Masons in the feds, Masons in the government office, but it's not the organization. This is coming straight from your government because there's no way they would give this to just like regular civilians. Now they claim that they don't have those machines anymore. That they found them to be um, against the law. They didn't want that type of technology out here. But guess what? Somebody got a machine and somebody is using that technology. And who is it? It's your damn government. They ain't throw away that machine. They kept it. They said it's illegal to use on people, but guess what they doing? They're using it. They're using it. They say it's illegal to use it, but they're using it. I mean, they call me everything but a child of God. But guess what? I call them everything but a child of God. So we go back and forth. I cuss them out every single day. And then that's the messed up part. You wake up in the morning and you hear somebody talking shit to you. That's V2K, not your husband, not your wife. This is V2K. They are AI voices that cuss you out every day. They cuss me out every day, and I cuss them out every day because you know what? I know somebody else got to, whoever is, whoever is using this technology on me, guess what? They got to read my dialogue. They're going to have to hear what I got to say about them. So if you want to wake up calling me a bitch, you know what? You're going to be a MF. You're going to be that motherfucker this morning. But I can tell you this much. It's tiresome when you're raging against the machine. You're arguing with a machine that don't have any fucking feelings and could cuss you out, call you names, accuse you all day long, and without um, having to pull one breath. But see, a human being under that kind of stress, arguing with some machine is stressful. And then they want you to either way, if you don't argue with it, you just gotta sit, you just gotta stay in there, walk there, and listen to their abuse all day, every day. But I can tell you this much, give yourself a break. Cuss them out one time real good and then just let them have it. And just block their ass out as much as you can, but go off on them. Get that pressure off your chest. Because just listening to them trash you is going to make you feel some kind of way. And it's not good for your heart. It's not good for your blood pressure. Because your blood pressure keep going up and down, up and down. Heart rate beating fast. Always feeling like you done something wrong. Because they always going to accuse you of everything you do. Any little stupid little thought, they're going to accuse you of something sinister. So be careful with what you think of. Like I said, clean your closet, clean your mind, start living well, start treating yourself well. Don't beat yourself up about the past, present, or future. Put only good stuff in your body so they won't be able to touch you. Eat healthy. Eat healthy and remind yourself that you are good enough, that you're the greatest, you're number one, and don't let them tear you down to think you're less than that. Start feeding yourself good information about yourself. Start loving yourself. Start taking care of yourself. When they say you look a mess, go get dressed. Put on something that you feel good in, because they will attack your looks. If you like, oh, I don't like the way I look today. You look a mess. You look a mess. You look so ugly. That's V2K. It will say stuff like that. So, whatever you're spending your money on, make sure it's something to treat yourself with every now and good every now and again. You want to feel good about yourself because that's how they want to tear that down. All this good stuff you think about yourself, their goal is to tear it down, to make you feel really bad about yourself. So yes, just always treat yourself. And if you can't treat yourself, just pamper yourself as far as giving yourself good thoughts, keeping good vibration, and know that they're lying, that they are lie. And if they don't like it, if they don't like what you got on, then just simply tell them to kiss where the sun don't shine. This is Yesme TV. I am Strange Babe. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your comments. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Bye, stranger.